Hi guys, just down here at the range. Now look, we've been coaching the last couple of days and noticed that so many golfers are making the same mistake. So we thought let's jump on and do a video on it for you and show you where you're going wrong and actually how you can get it better. And this mistake is stopping so many golfers from playing consistent golf. Let's get to the video. Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are here on the 15th hole here at the Grand in San Diego. Now this lesson is going to be crucial for you because we've been coaching a long time and golfers come to us with this same problem that's holding them back from producing a consistent golf swing. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like and hit that subscribe button. We produce a video every single week to help your game. Pierce, let's get into today's video. Look, this is something that we see all the time, and a lot of these golfers, a lot of the viewers will not be checking this either. They'll be checking other things.
So what we're talking about today is the synchronization of your backswing, the sequence of events that happen. And basically that is how we use our body, our arms, our hand and our club. And if we can prime you at the top of your backswing, it's going to be a lot easier to have a more consistent downswing. And this is definitely something that you will be missing if you're having that over the top and those are the swing faults. So what we want to do as well is just give you a simple concept that you can latch onto that's really going to help you with your golf in the future. So we heard this from a friend of ours, Jeff Ritter, a fantastic golf coach called a 90-90-90, and it really does make sense. So what we're talking about is that we want to get, I'm going to break this down for you, we want to get a shoulder turn which is about 90 degrees. We want to get a wrist set which is about 90 degrees. And we want to get a bend in the right arm, the trail arm, at the top of the backswing, which is about 90 degrees. Now, if you can have all of those, guess what? You are now definitely better primed to start that downswing.
I think it's really important to understand as well, look, this is an ideal and golf is not ideal. Not everybody can get 90 degrees here and 90 degrees here, but this is just a great framework or a concept. This is a bit of a guide for you to see, and when we go through some of these sort of faults in a moment to show you how to fix it and identify maybe where you could be going wrong, it's going to make sense to you as well.
So this is how to check it in your golf swing. We're going to go through two stages of the swing. So the first stage will be kind of the halfway back position of the backswing. So if we can swing back to halfway back when that lead arm is parallel to the ground, you'll see that they've already got our first 90. So we've got that 90 degree set between the wrists, the club shaft and the forearm there. And if we look at Rory McIlroy, now we're not saying you have to swing like Rory McIlroy, but it's just a good guide to look at this. You can see that he's got that set, but he's also got a big turn, around about 70 degrees there, Andy, of torso turn at this halfway back position. Now, once you are here, it's a whole lot easier than just to finish your turn off. So you get the 90 degree shoulder turn, and you can see now I've got that 90 degree bend in that right arm. Okay, so look, I think what we should do now is just show you some of the issues that we see. So we've got three main ones that we see, problems in the backswing that can be, and hopefully we've got some solutions for you, some simple drills for you as well. So the first one, we've got some examples of golfers doing this. So this is one of Andy's clients, Mike, and we can see that when he moves the club back, he has almost too much wrist set. Well, not almost, he does have too much wrist set. So he's creating more than 90 degrees. So from here now, when you're so narrow on the backswing, it's hard to be then having a good downswing. You're tending almost to be wide on the way down, and we don't really want that. So the drill we would do for Mike would be, and if you're the same person as Mike is, we do the split grip drill. This is one of Andy's favorite drills, and we really like this because it just allows you to move your arms but also maintain the body turn as well. So you can see when I'm moving the club back now with this split grip, the wrists are hardly working at all. Now the key is we obviously want wrist set, but if you're using your wrist too much, this is a great drill because it's just limiting the amount of wrist set.
Just look at the right arm when Pierce does this as well. See how the right arm stays straighter and more on top? If we set the club really early, if we notice that right arm folds really early as well, so we're actually almost going past the 90 degree mark there, and we just got too much wrist set. So this really just tackles the two solutions there.
Absolutely. So again, always make sure whenever you're doing these as well that we need to turn. We need to make sure we're getting a good turn when we do this. So that would be the feeling if you're someone who is a high wrist setter. So what I'd always say to someone is do 5 of those, 5 move aways with a split grip, and then hit a shot, but with a normal grip.
So
you ever tried hitting one with a split grip like that, Andy? Have
no,
you ever tried
I
doing
don't
that?
think I want to try and hit one.
I think we should get him to do one.
So just pay attention when Pierce does this. It's just his trail arm, just this sequence of the backswing here. You'll just see how his shoulders and club and hands all work together. Very nice. Didn't see where the ball went. Was it good?
Well, of course it's on the fairway.
Okay, so next thing then, again, this is something else that you can check at home.
Okay, so this is actually one of my old clients. We use an example back in the UK, Mitch Woolley. And this is someone who has no wrist set. So the exact opposite. So we're looking at somebody now who does this in their golf swing. So lead arm parallel to the ground and hardly any wrist set. Now, some people might say, well, Tiger hardly has any wrist set here, but look, he's incredibly flexible. What generally happens from here is you go from extremely wide to extremely narrow, or you might move off the golf ball a lot. Now, guess what? From here, you're probably not going to be that good. So it's definitely not a good thing to do. So a drill, I think we learned this from David Ledbetter actually a few years ago, wasn't it? So flick the mud. So turn the club upside down. Imagine that your Arcos sensor is a piece of mud, and you're going to get it and you're going to flick it over your shoulder towards the target. And it can be a combination of you doing it smoothly. If you want to feel some aggressive ones as well, that's absolutely fine. All we're trying to do is understand, what does more wrist set look like if I stop halfway back? You might find I get a bit too much wrist set. That's great if you're like Mitch and you don't have any wrist set at all. So again, 5 of those, then hit a shot. A little bit of a low stinger. I was aware of what I was doing on my wrist then. We'll take that one there. Okay, it's over the bunker. So for the third one, again, we'll use one of my old clients in the UK, Richard Charles. Now, Richard struggles with rotation. So he kind of moves the club away with just his hands and his arms and doesn't really get the body moving. So this is a really nice drill that we like doing. So we choke down the club a lot. We have the club on the side of the body, so it's a little bit artificial in with the hands are well forward, but this is okay for this drill and this feeling. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to move the club back with my body. So I'm not going to move my hands because I'll disconnect the club from my body. I'm going to keep the club connected to my body as I move it back. And I'm moving the club back until my left hand, back of my left hand gets just past my right thigh. And then from there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting my 90 in my wrist. You can see I've got a good body turn, and I'm going to drag that club down my leg as I continue to turn. So when the lead arm's parallel to the ground, I've got my 90, but more importantly, I've got my 70 in my torso, as opposed to Richard's 30 or 35.
Just do that again then, Pierce. The key thing when Pierce does this, the first part needs to stay touching the hip here. So if we get too wristy too early, or just too armsy, that will just disconnect like that. This is going to encourage that sequence, that synchronization of the arms, body and the club, and then produce that set in the club on the way through. That's the key to doing this drill.
Yeah, good. And this is actually, if we think about the other two, there are very specific problems with the wrists. This is a good one for combining good wrists and good body because it kind of tackles it all. And so it's definitely worth doing, even if you just feel that you want to just synchronize things anyway in your backswing. So I'll do one more. Turn, and then from there it's still connected as Andy said, and then I slide it down the thigh with the wrist set and I get my 90, 90, 90 at the top of the backswing.
Okay, right. One more then, let's see. I'm going to watch this ball because I haven't seen any.
You're going to watch this one, yeah? I'll get a good one for you then.
You said you hit the fairway. I think you were lying.
I actually think they're both in the semi-rough on the left, but they're still good shots. Right side.
That's nice on this hole, that was good.
Beautiful.
Okay, so look, make sure you check that backswing sequence. It is such a key component if you want to play consistent golf. Okay, so look, make sure you check that backswing sequence out. It's such a key component if you want to play consistent golf. And also, don't forget, Black Friday is around the corner. Get on the hot list to not miss our deals on our training aids and coaching plans. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you soon.